Spoiler chapter 181 of Fortnite's The Apocalypse. So it's confirmed, 100%. All of the stuff that was literally yelling at our faces, Tristan is being brainwashed and hypnotized. Now, whoever this girl is, who is just going by the name Isolde, so Tristan would be able to trust her initially, essentially brainwashed him into being her knight, her own personal knight, and that the two of them are in love. Now, for all we can see, she just wants to get out of the cauldron, and Tristan, by going by the name Tantris, his very bad name for undercover missions that he's using, is her ticket out of there. And he's in the semifinals for the Gladiator Festival to get a wish from Beltrup and also to escape the cauldron. What she is most likely going to go for, I have no idea. But her story could be interesting, because there's a possibility that she might actually be related to Beltrup, as in this chapter, she talked about her father. Heck, even gave Tristan her father's own armor/outfit to wear since his was ruined in the last fight. Now, the interesting thing about Beltrup potentially being her father is that there was a whole thing with the hilt of her father's sword in a flashback, plus Beltrup's own hilt of the sword looked practically identical. Which, if that's the case, that would make things incredibly interesting, but also, I'm curious to see how Tristan's going to break out of it, because in this chapter, Tristan was subconsciously trying to break free from that whole hypnosis BS, so he can actually start remembering himself. Now all his friends are around, they're telling him about who he is, his own life, everything's starting to ring in his head, and he's trying to break out of it. But, due to this fake Isolde, she is basically continuously brainwashing Tristan as often as she gets, and that's why she's so exhausted and having so many bizarre symptoms. Meaning that Tristan is strong enough to break through this given enough time, but just constantly doing it, that it's to her detriment. And Tristan being affected by brainwashing shows that he doesn't have the Mael sword anymore, because we've only seen the Esterosa sword that he's held onto, and the Percival sword, the Coffin of Eternal Darkness handle with the sword blade. But I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Tristan, because he's definitely going to break out of his whole brainwashing thing after either A, his fight with the real Isolde, managing to break out his memories, and then the group keeping the fake Isolde from brainwashing him again, or B, Percival will be the one to break him out of this if the two of them do reach the finals. But that's just my 2 cents on it. What do you guys think?